With only 2 games left to go of this regular season, let's jump straight into the preview for MK Dons against Tranmere Rovers. So, we are currently on a 4-match unbeaten run, and we will confirm promotion back to League 1 on Saturday if we beat Tranmere Rovers. We will also get promoted if we fail to beat Tranmere Rovers, but also if Salford City failed to beat Bromley this evening, last time I checked it was goalless, and Notts County failed to beat Colchester United on Saturday. It's certainly an exciting time. And actually, I'm thinking to myself that given we're only currently just 2 points behind Bromley at the time of making this preview, as I said, it was still goalless last time I checked, so maybe that's now 3 points. But given we're still breathing down the necks of Bromley, I would say that this is a probably must-win game for Dons as well, if we're also going to continue our challenge for the league title. And if I'm thinking about the last couple of games, and I'm sure you guys as well, have been mightily impressed with what I've seen. Following the 4-game winless spell, we now once again look like a side who are firing on all cylinders and look determined to win games. And that is exactly what I want to see. And it's also what we're going to need to showcase this Saturday, because if you look at our opponents, Tranmere Rovers, if you look at some of their recent form, on Tuesday they finally got their first win under Pete Wild. They came back in the second half to end a 3-game winning run for their opponent, Cheltenham Town. And Cheltenham haven't been in bad form recently. That's only their, I think it's their 3rd loss in their last 14 games. So that kind of tells you all you need to know about a Cheltenham side who have actually been on a pretty good run of late. So, given that also Tranmere Rovers have only lost just one of their last 3 games, because obviously they beat Cheltenham Town, but also a couple of games beforehand they actually picked up quite a credible and a respectable draw against Chesterfield, who, as we all know, are chasing the playoffs. I think they could be up for this game, because their only defeat in their last 3 games has come against the Bristol Rovers side, who right now on a winning run of 7 and have won 9 of their last 10, and even they only just edged past Tranmere Rovers. Rovers did give Steve Evans' side quite a good game, so I think Tranmere Rovers could be full of confidence coming into Saturday. They may have lost 16 of their last 21 games, and prior to Tuesday it was a run of 12 without a win, but I do think we need to be aware of their momentum, and we do need to be at our very best. With 2 games to go, Tranmere do sit just 4 points clear of the relegation zone, and they will want to confirm safety this weekend. So, like I say, I think they're going to be up for this game. And yeah, if I'm looking at past results over the years, they have proved tricky opponents for us, because ever since we did the double over them in the 2012 to 2013 season, we've actually not beaten them since. Tranmere have won 3. They did the double over us in the following season, in which they got relegated, and then before this season we drew to them in the first game at home, and then we lost at their place just before the end of the season. And then also, as both teams got promoted, they did beat us 3-1 in the next season, and then that leaves us coming into this season where they did go 2 up against us, and we did have to rely on a quick-fire comeback late on in the second half. So, we weren't able to draw that game, and if that's anything to go by, again, it could prove a tricky game for us. It's not been a fixture that has proved to be easy for us over the last 13 years. But saying that, I really do feel like, despite the past results and despite Tranmere Rovers' momentum, if we play like we have been playing over the last couple of games, I absolutely feel we can win this game. I really do. We've shown in the last couple of games, when we beat both Bromley and Crewe Alexandra, that we can deal with the pressure, because if you look at the second half in both of those games, Bromley and Crewe, they threw the kitchen sink at us. And I expect Tranmere Rovers to throw the kitchen sink at us on Saturday. And I think if we play like we have been in the last couple of games, I think we will be able to deal with it all successfully. I really do. We do look back at our best in attack. I think that has coincided quite significantly with Nathaniel Mendez-Lang starting the games. And I really honestly think that if we make a good start to the game against Tranmere Rovers, then I can see us winning the game, because that's what we've been doing recently, and I just can't see why we won't do that tomorrow. Sorry, not tomorrow, on Saturday. We have shown that once we've got on the front foot, we can stay there, and yeah, I'm really enjoying watching us play at the moment, and I'm sure many of you guys are as well. I think we've got over the 4-game winless spell just when we needed to, and hopefully we carry forward that momentum, our own recent momentum. I've talked a lot about Tranmere's momentum. We're on momentum too. Like I said at the start of the video, it's 4 games unbeaten, and I'm really hoping that on Saturday we could just score early like we have been, and just really just go for it, because I think we're going to have all the confidence. And hopefully we can get that clean sheet as well, because I know, even though Craig has been fantastic and he's probably my favourite player, we've only kept 2 clean sheets over our last 12 games. So if you think about it, even though we do look odds on to get promoted, that isn't something that we can carry forward to next season. I know I've said that quite a few times, but I do think it's vital we keep at least 1 more clean sheet between now and the end of the season. But yeah, onwards and upwards. I think it's a really good time to watch MK Dons at the moment. I think we're in a fantastic place. I'm really looking forward to the game, and hopefully, fingers crossed, when I'm doing my review of this game, like I say, we're all celebrating promotion. Guys, if you've watched this far, thank you so much. I really do mean this from the bottom of my heart. It is incredibly appreciated, and if you haven't done so already, please make sure to subscribe to my channel and to share the video if you've liked what you've heard in this video. It really does help me out, and it's something that has helped me recently when a lot of you guys have been subscribing. So I just want to say also just thank you to all of you guys that have done so as well. It's incredibly appreciated. I really do mean that. Yeah, that wraps it up. Thanks so much for watching. Onwards and upwards. Up the Dons.